Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Alrighty, so I've put up the shelves. I'm sweating because it's like almost 100 degrees outside. But what do you all think? Handmade candles. We've got the shelves. I think I've got the spacing correct. I just got to kind of mess with the little, what are those called? The little shelf holders, just making sure those are correct. But I think that's where I want the shelves, and then maybe later my husband will help me come and kind of tweak everything and actually screw it in, maybe, I don't know. But so far so good. Now I'm really excited. So this is where people kind of will be the focal point of everything. I wish, like, I have the vision in my head of how I want to lay out the furniture, you guys, but it's just a matter of getting here. So let me actually show you where the this is where we're gonna have the checkout area. So I actually ordered a piece of furniture because that's a cooler, because this used to be a florist, and this is not my building, so I can't like do anything with that. And I'm pretty sure they want to keep the cooler. So I found the perfect piece of furniture that's going to cover that up completely, so you won't even know it's there. That's the goal, at least. You won't know it's there. And then those two little sconces are going to change too. We're going to make them a little bit more trendy. So that's the checkout, okay? So it'll have like a back arc. I'll put a picture of what I'm talking about. So it'll have a big sign that says Winding with Candles. It'll be lit up. And there's also room, oh my gosh. There's also room for, I think it has like a little shelf or something. So it's gonna be a gift wrap area so that you can gift wrap. You can, it'll have like a nice little display and everything. That'll kind of be another, like the little focal point from the window, because this is right in front of the window. So when you're passing by, you'll see that really, really nice setup. And it's so cool because it'll be open right for October. So this should be open for Halloween and for the holidays, which is perfection. Like everything worked out so well. So if I would have opened this maybe in January or so, it wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't be getting that much traffic, but I think because it's going to be opening during the holidays, I have a really good feeling there's going to be some traffic in here. And not a ton, because again, this is a small town, but I feel like it's the perfect time to launch, because it's the holidays and people are already in the mindset to be shopping. So that's kind of what I'm getting at here. So I gotta make a really good impression, because you know, when the first time people come in here, I want them to be like, wow, I want to come back there. So great customer service, great products. I want all of the offerings to be available, so gift wrap, and all of that stuff. So yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh, hello, welcome to another day. And right now I'm packaging orders back here. So yesterday I did my very first live event on this app called Pop Shop Live, and it went really, really well. So basically it's almost like QVC, and you can actually buy products right from the live stream. So I could actually go in and just, you know, if someone wanted, for instance, this customer wanted to buy one of the notebooks I had on my shelf. Now these aren't listed in my shop, but you know, they were interested, so I just held it up, took a picture, put the price, and then she could buy it right there from the app. So it was really cool and really engaging. Actually, I had quite a few people tune in. I think my stats said I had like 100 viewers, and I made 20 sales from that hour-and-a-half live stream. So I'm like, wow, that was really, really good. So I might start doing pop shops probably every week or so, and in the future it'd be cool if once I have my staff in place, we can do even more engaging stuff. And I was thinking about doing a segment. I kind of did it at the end of that one to test it out, but I called it Shop My Shop, where I would pull something from my retail store that you couldn't get online, and people did purchase some soaps and notebooks, so it was pretty successful. So now I'm just packaging those orders from Pop Shop, and also I made some orders on the website yesterday, so I really liked it. So to get ready for that live stream, I just made sure I had all of my prices. I even had a printout of the products and then the amount I had in stock and also the descriptions. So that was the Pop Shop live event, but I will leave my Pop Shop down below so you guys can tune in live. We also did sales there, so it was 10% off. So and I launched some new stuff. So first of all, I just packaged one. I'm doing single pour candles, which you guys might have seen in the previous video. So I'm doing some really simple single pour candles so we can have more scents in stock, and I launched some fall stuff. And I launched some of the big candles that you might have seen in the previous video, and someone did actually buy that, and I think it was $35 or something like that. So this is pumpkin pecan praline, which I was burning this in my house yesterday, and it is so good. So someone bought this, and then also I did boba candles. Now they didn't buy this particular one, but I launched boba candles too in that stream, and I did sell a couple of boba candles. So I sold like a blackberry fizz and another one. But anyways, I really like the app because it's meant for people who want to come shop, and I've bought some stuff off of there already. I bought a t-shirt, so it's really a cool app if you want to look for some independent sellers. And yeah, so I'm going to start upping my Pop Shop game, making it more engaging, and start coming on weekly. And even if I get to a point where I can come on twice a week, I think that would be really, really good. So anyways, I'm just going to package these orders up and then probably walk to the cafe and get some lunch. So that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, I can do that, and I've been using it, but it's kind of slow. But I was on the phone with the internet guy, and what did he say? I have to download another app. I can't have the same app on my phone for the office. All right, so we are waiting on the internet guy to call me back so we can finish troubleshooting the internet. So what I'm going to do now is make my candles. So I ran out of the green bags, so I gotta use these bags. So let's do that. Okay, so let's make our blueberry candles, you guys. Oh my God. You see what I mean? Everything is just, there's too much at once. There's children, there's phone calls, there's things happening, all while I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. All right, so while I'm piping my blueberry candles, so updates on the shop, I guess. Let's start with shop updates. So we finally got our sign up, and it looks good. Like, I'm happy with the result as of right now. Hopefully it's good quality, but the sign does look good, but the company itself was just awful. It wasn't that great of an experience. It was like really, really bad. So I'm not sure if I told y'all the price yet, but it was like $3,000 for the sign and these really expensive $400 vinyls. So anyway, when I went to my initial meeting for the sign. I wanted just a sign, right? And then he kind of upsold me on the vinyls, which okay. But then right after our meeting, I was like, you know what? I have a Cricut machine. I can print my own door vinyls. It really didn't occur to me at the time because I don't usually use it for vinyls. But I said, I'm totally can print my own vinyls. So about right after our meeting, like 5 minutes after, I was in the car and I texted the guy and I said, you know what? I changed my mind on the vinyls and they would not refund me on these vinyls. And I thought that was kind of silly because there was no policies or anything on the invoice. And the vinyls weren't in production. So it's like, what was the big deal? I just left the offices. Why can't I get a refund on the vinyls, especially when I'm spending so much on the service for a sign, you know? But anyway, they gave me the go around with the vinyls and he just would not refund me. So I was like, whatever, dude. I guess I gotta take the vinyls because I had already put the deposit, and imagine, you know, I wouldn't be able to get my deposit money back, which was at the time $1,500. So I had to go with it. So yeah, that happened. And so when they finally installed it, they put the vinyls up and all that, and they were a month late. So I'm pretty sure I started the order for the furniture in July, and it is now September 6th. So I have been dealing with this furniture situation for quite some time now. And it's still in China. It's just sitting there ready to be picked up. Luckily, the manufacturer has just been really, really good at communicating with me about everything. So glad about that. I just hope when I get the thing that it is what I asked for. But so far, so good with the manufacturer. Now, with freight forwarding, one thing I noticed is you have to make sure your company is in good standing. So one thing I did, or that, you know, I had no idea of, is I forgot to pay franchise tax this year. And it's something, I don't owe franchise tax, but you're still supposed to file for it. And I totally forgot to file. So I totally forgot to file my franchise tax. So according to my Secretary of State, my business was in the forfeited status, meaning that, you know, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. But it wasn't like actually forfeited. All I had to do was file my franchise tax, which since I filed late, it was like $50, so it wasn't a big deal. And then within a few days, it went back to active status. If your business is not in good standing with your state, then you won't be able to get through customs. So you have to make sure you're paid up on everything, on time on everything. Okay, there's my phone. Hello? Okay, I will. So once I go through the sign up process, is everything pretty much self-explanatory on how to set up the deco, or should I call back? My iPad has a dead spot on it, and it just so happened the sign up button that I needed was in that dead spot, and it only works with an Apple Pencil, which I have to charge the old Apple Pencil because the new Apple Pencil doesn't work on the old iPad. Y'all, let me just come on now. All right, so we're done with Blueberry. I think I'm done with this. Let me clean this one out. And I don't know why I have so much extra. I'll remelt it and use it again for something else. Okay, so back to Blueberry. What was I talking about? Okay, so my camera's charging, so this is on my phone, but I also took time to start decorating. So we went to Home Depot, and I feel like Spirit Halloween is just not it for decorations. It never is, but Home Depot's pretty good for decorations. But we got this, and then I had to put a little lace front on. We had to put a little lace front on her, and then we got a little hat. She looks like she's going to church. That looks like a church hat. Anyway, she has the bob, and then she's just telling fortunes out here, letting everybody know we're just telling fortunes. So last we left off, the last clip you watched was last Monday. So it's been a week since that last clip, and then I pretty much took the rest of the week off. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday that it was really busy and there was just a lot going on. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was still working, but it was like very light. I wasn't doing a whole bunch of stuff. So it was really stressful just because everything was happening. At least we got our sign put up and all of that. But it was just a lot going on. But we got everything taken care of, and my son was getting a little bit tired of being at work. He asked me if we could go to like the park and stuff. So I think it was Wednesday. We kind of had a nice day walking around town, getting coffee, walking to the park and all of that stuff. So took it easy the rest of the week. So yes, it does get really, really hectic, stressful. Like sometimes you're like, what is going on? But you know, at least it's flexible to where if you need to take some time off, you know, you can definitely make that happen. So that's what we did. And I've been really interested in like doing other hobbies like art and all of that stuff, because I feel like, you know, with my candle business, it is, you know, creative and all that, but there's a lot of other things that I enjoy doing. And even with candles, I feel like I dial it back a little bit as far as what, you know, I can do and really fun things I can create, because I'm trying to make things that I can, you know, put in the shop and sell instead of just making creative things like I used to with mega candles and all that. So I've been feeling a little bit kind of, I guess, stunted creatively, I guess. But that leads us into today's sponsor, Skillshare. So thanks again, Skillshare, for being a longtime partner of the channel. And if you guys aren't familiar, Skillshare is an online learning community where there are tons of classes. You know, you can do creative classes such as oil painting, you know, all sorts of other crafts. Or if you're more into, you know, learning about business or whatever, you can do business classes on there. So there's so many options of classes that you can do on Skillshare. And one class that I really loved, and I'll have to put it on the screen because I forgot the name of the class, but it was so amazing. I'm really into like fantasy type art. That is something, because I always come up with these things in my head of like fantasy, you know, images and stories in my head. And I've always wanted to translate that onto paper. So with Skillshare, they've made it really easy to find classes to actually help you out with that. So I've really been wanting to try oil painting, and I went and got materials to try to learn how to oil paint and all that. And first of all, can we talk about something? Because my husband, he cannot see images in his head, and he also does not have an inner monologue. I just learned this about him like last year. And I think last year he learned that it was like that people could actually see images in their head, and I'm on the opposite spectrum where I can see, like if I'm wanting to envision castles or fairies or other worlds, I can make that all up in my head with colors and textures and all of that, and he sees nothing. So it's called aphantasia, where you have no image or in your head, which to me is like, what? I don't get it. But I'm on the opposite spectrum where I have hyperphantasia, where I can see like whole like fantasy worlds in my head. But anyways, with Skillshare, I want to be able to take those images and then translate them onto paper. So I was really, really glad I found that class where the painter is showing like how you paint a unicorn and all of the different you know, steps to do an oil painting. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes, so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. Thanks again, Skillshare, and let's get back to the video. But yeah, I think it's good to just take time off, and for me, I just love creating things. And in my younger years, I really didn't know that I was a creative person because I really didn't have the privilege of having art supplies or being able to take classes or all of that stuff, because it just wasn't in, you know, the plan for my family back then. It was just like pretty much school, and then I went to work. You know, I started working when I was like 17, and when I was younger, it was just, you know, we really didn't talk about art or creative things. It wasn't something that was that we could really afford, honestly, because it does cost money. Classes cost money, the supplies cost money, so it was just never really a thought to go buy, you know, all these art supplies and stuff like that. So I didn't know that I was a creative person, to be honest, until literally like adulthood, like my late 20s is when I started getting into crafts and stuff, and I was like, oh wow, like I like to create, and it's, you know, something I really like to do. So now that I'm able to kind of explore this new passion, I want to create all the things. So taking time off last week was kind of good, but now it is the next Monday and we still are having troubles with the internet. So I was on the phone with the internet company for about 30 minutes, and they pretty much said my satellite is in the wrong direction and they have to send somebody out, but the next appointment is not available for 11 days from now. So what? Furniture update. So we're getting closer to getting the furniture shipped to me, but the furniture is not expected to get into Dallas until late October. So it is September 13th now, and I'm not going to get my furniture for over a month from now, a month and a half from now. So when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, I guess. So this is a prime opportunity for me to go ahead and start hiring a candle maker. So what I did yesterday is I made like my, I made all my, what did I do? Yesterday I made the application, I made the job description, laid it out really nicely, really proud of how it looks, and now I have to put it onto my website like professionally and probably post it on Indeed and stuff and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hire someone and get them started at least by October 1st. If sooner, that's great. So I'm going to put that out and try to hire somebody. And I think, you know, since I won't be able to open till late October, that gives me a lot of time to really train someone really well on candle making without the distraction of, you know, having to deal with customers and stuff. So I think, you know, even though I wish I could open sooner, I guess, you know, that's fine. So I can really train someone. Okay, and this is very random also, but I wanted to show you guys this that I got. So my other heat gun died on me too last week. So another reason last week was just crazy. I went to go use my heat gun and it was dead, and I had it for years, probably like for 4 years, that heat gun, and it was really good. It got really, really hot and it just worked, you know, so I never thought to replace it, even though it was kind of old, but it finally died. So I already had some Ryobi tools here in the office, and I saw Ryobi had a wireless heat gun, and I got it, and it was kind of expensive. I'll link it down below for you guys, but I thought, because I use a heat gun so much, you know, having it wireless would be really, really nice. See? But I will say, here's my review of this heat gun. It's not that great compared to my little rinky-dink like $20 heat gun. That other heat gun was a lot more efficient. It was hotter, it blew more air, but it did have a cord. So I don't know if this is because it's cordless, it just doesn't have the ability to kind of put out as much, you know, air movement as the other one. I knew the other heat gun, it kind of pulled a lot of electricity. You had to be careful like turning it on. If you had a lot of things plugged in, it could like make your breaker box trip. So I know heat guns do take a lot of electricity, so I don't know if that's one reason why this one is really not as powerful. So it's not as powerful. I do find I have to sit there a lot longer than I used to kind of do what I need to do, but it is nice having a wireless heat gun. But anyways, that's the Ryobi heat gun review. But I don't know, it's okay. It's okay.